So, clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it. I'm today's trending topic. I put commas over bullshit. Yeah, I put that on mamas. They tryna block all my blessings. They thought I lost a stepping. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm repping. Put on for the whole city. Yeah, I got them rocking with me. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm repping.
Sending emojis, I'm blowing a pack of that OG. Don't be acting like you know me, and if you did, that's the old me.
Good evening, everybody. Nice to see some people in here already hanging out. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. I had a crazy day and kind of wanted to share and talk about it. If you guys seen when I went live, I was going to talk about, application and applying the tools in our recovery toolbox when life shows up, because it showed up today. Surprise. And I'll give you a little backstory on how the day was. Good evening, everybody. My girlfriend and I have been trying to buy a car. And if anyone's ever tried to purchase a car from someone like off a marketplace or Craigslist, wherever, man, it's frustrating. You got to really practice some patience. And, I kind of had a sketchy feeling from the get-go from this purchase, and or to actually go look at the car first. And, times kept changing, random sporadic messages. It was like I could see these addictive behaviors in the messaging, which was really weird because I could see myself in these messages. And I was like, man, I looked at my girlfriend and I said, something just don't feel right about this. This is really weird. So this morning we get up early, 30 minutes before we're supposed to go meet this guy. Hey, Heather, welcome. We get a message right before we're leaving and the guy's like, hey, can we do this at noon? I'm like, no, man, you want to sell your car. I got cash in hand. I'm ready to buy. The guy said, okay. So we went ahead and went. We get there. The house is in the ghetto here in Dayton, boarded up houses all around, security cameras, no trespassing signs everywhere. And like my first instinct, it hit me in the face when I got there. But long story short, guy never showed, never replied. We left. Went on to a car lot. Looked at a vehicle, test drove a vehicle, was in the process of purchasing the vehicle. And this is where the tools really came in, my recovery tools, and really slowing down and stopping and thinking about what's going on around me and the awareness that I had today. We all hear and talk about those blessings of recovery and, the unseen ones, and when they show up and you realize that how beautiful it is. There was just a lot of red flags. There was a lot of red flags in the deal, the way things went down. I'm not going to get into crazy detail on how it all went down, but there was a lot of red flags and there was a lot of awareness, not only on my part, but on my girlfriend's part. She practices another 12-step program. And like, it was really cool because we were on the same page and we both were feeling, welcome, Marty. Welcome everybody that's in there. I'm glad you found us too, brother. I'm glad to have you guys here tonight. It was just nice because I was able to actually slow myself down and stop and think for once. Like I didn't just act on impulse and do something that I would horribly regret later, like I used to do when I was in active addiction. I could slow myself down before I made a really huge decision in my life today. I had my sponsors I could hear his voice in my head when I was sitting in the room with this salesman, and just practicing the principles, trying to explore all my options and just slowing down and stopping to think about what really was going on before we made this major decision, this major purchase. And there's a lot of gratitude in that, because we were able to walk away from that transaction to really regroup ourselves and to stop and slow down and stop and think and talk to other people, get some support. It's the beauty of the We program, and the therapeutic value of one person helping another. I reached out and used some of the tools in my recovery toolbox today, and I'm proud of myself because a little over 15 months ago, I would have never done that. I would have never done that. Practicing patience for me is really hard because I have control issues and I struggle with control. And slowing down and stopping and thinking and letting go and letting my higher power kind of guide me, and me actually hear the guidance and see the guidance and those red flags that popped up today. Man, it was awesome. It was an awesome experience. We were going to possibly not necessarily overextend ourselves, but we were going to be at the high end of our budget where we really didn't feel as comfortable being at. We were able to stick to our boundaries. We had kind of set that boundary on where we would really be more comfortable at, and we were kind of going over that, and we were able to slow ourselves down and say, look, this isn't what we talked about. Let's go back to what we talked about and stick to that boundary. And that's why slowing down in recovery and reaching out and using our support network, to get that experience, strength, and hope from other people that have been there and done that and have made similar mistakes or have had that lived experience is so important. Today I was looking out for myself, but I was looking out for my girlfriend because we're in this together. We live together. What's hers is mine and what's mine is hers. And it's an equal partnership. It's an equal relationship. And this is the first time in a long time where, I wasn't selfish and I wasn't just thinking about myself. Like I really had these thoughts of, man, this could affect her. She's putting her name on this. And it was just beautiful to be able to do that and to slow down and really just stop and think. Look at everyone's best interest and what my actions could possibly affect other people. It was just awesome, guys. I mean, it really, really was. And I am so stoked to see everybody in here. This is awesome. And the big one today, that wasn't even the big one. Tomorrow's never promised, guys. I know many of you that have heard me share before. I can't stress that enough. Reach out to people that are struggling daily. Be vigilant in your recovery because tomorrow's never promised. Make the most of today. Go after it 110% and chase recovery like you used to chase your dope, your drug of choice, whatever it may be. Because tomorrow's not promised. And, life showed up today. I had a long lifetime girlfriend, from over 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when I was growing up in Indiana, that passed away today. Another victim of COVID. She found out roughly 30 days ago that she was sick and was starting to have symptoms. And it was too late when she reached out for help. And by the time, thanks, I appreciate it, guys. You guys rock too. By the time she reached out and got to the hospital, it was too late. She was already on a full ventilator, on 100% O2, and her lungs just eventually, they had enough. COVID had taken her. And, we lost her yesterday. And, when death used to show up for this addict, I always would put my dope. I would always put my drug of choice. I would go back in to that vicious cycle of hell. I would always use, I struggle with mental health issues too. And I would go back into that deep depression. I'd lock myself in my room. I'd turn all my communication devices off and I wouldn't reach out. I wouldn't communicate with anybody and I would sit in my shit. I'd pour myself to death and I'd beat myself up and everything was my fault, simply not to feel the pain and not share about really where I was at and how I'm feeling. And today, I can share, I can talk about it. I just found this out today. And, it's one of the blessings of recovery for me personally today is the first thing I didn't think of was dope. I didn't think about putting dope on it. I had recently lost my father a little over a year ago, and that's exactly what I did. And I was so high that day that I couldn't even show up for my own father's funeral. And I'm really ashamed of that. And I still haven't 100% forgiven myself for that. And that's brutal, live honesty to everyone, but I need to share and talk about these things and use the tools and the things that I've been taught in my 12-step program to move on and get past these things. Death is inevitable and it happens daily and it sucks. I'm sure we all have a lot of friends that are struggling in recovery. That's why I always say it's share, to tell everyone that you love them every day, your loved ones, your friends, your family, people that are struggling, reach out to people that you haven't reached out to and share that experience, strength, and hope. It's really nice to just randomly get a message from somebody on Messenger or wherever it is. It's a random message on, hey, how are you doing? Because you don't know how that person's been feeling or what they've been going through. And they might need that inspiration. They may need that hope shot for the day and to get them through whatever they may be going through. Obviously, my friend was struggling and she waited too long. She waited too long, guys, and it sucks. We lost her. I'm moving past it and I'm sharing and I'm talking about it. And that's why it's so important to use the tools in our toolbox daily and stay vigilant in our recovery. Love and support and be there for everyone. It's just vital. It is just absolutely vital. I really want to thank you guys for being here. Please reach out. If you've got someone out there that's struggling, I personally have been homeless. I've lived on the streets. I've been incarcerated. I've been through the ringer and I know how it feels to feel hopeless, like a lot of us do. And that quick little, hey, how are you doing? Or, hey, what's up? Means the world. It did to me when I would randomly get those messages. Chase recovery, guys. Chase it, chase it, chase it. Stay vigilant in your recovery. Participate in it daily, whether you feel like it or not. Because I know when I feel like I shouldn't be doing something or I don't want to do something, I should say, that's when I need to do it. And I need to get my ass in gear. I love you guys. If you guys haven't shared or liked my page on YouTube or on Facebook, if you haven't checked it out, check us out. I try to go live every day. I was doing it in the mornings. I've been super busy here the last few days in the mornings, and I really apologize. But I'm here. I'm showing up. I'm participating. I told you guys I would be here, and damn it, I'm going to be here. I am here. I love you guys. Keep sharing that experience, strength, and hope. You just never know who may need to hear what you have to say to guys. Reach out. Reach out today. People may need to hear it. They need that positive inspiration. Share that experience, strength, and hope. I love you guys. Remember to always stay positive. Stay vigilant in your recovery. I'll see you guys later. Bye. I love you.